Hi everyone, welcome to our next video in the week 1 series. This video is on a concept called skewness. And specifically we're going to talk about what skewness is and how it relates to the mean, median, and mode that we learned about in the last video. So you can see on this slide we've got a picture of a histogram, and that histogram is a symmetric histogram. It represents a symmetric distribution of data. When we say that a distribution is symmetric, what we're saying is that if you draw a line down that middle, which we can see is right at 7 in this picture, you end up with two perfect mirror images. If I folded this histogram at 7, the boxes at 4 and 5 would line up with the boxes at 9 and 10. The box at 6 would line up with the box at 8. In distributions that are perfectly symmetric, this is an example of a perfectly symmetric distribution. If we fold that in half, they are exactly the same on both sides. The mean, the median, and the mode should all be the same. So we expect for this distribution, the mean, the median, and the mode are all at 7. If a picture is not symmetric, then more often than not it is what we call skewed. And skewed means that the peak of the data is not in the center of the graph. So this histogram is not symmetric. The left tail, over here at 4 and 5, is longer than that right tail. There's only a tiny little tail after that peak at 7. When this happens, we say the distribution is skewed, and we call it skewed to the left, or sometimes you'll hear it called skewed towards the smaller values, because the mean is pulled to the left of the median. So the median is at 6.5, right here at that boundary between two bars. The mean is to the left of that at 6.3, right about here somewhere. So the direction on the skew has nothing to do with where the peak is. It has to do with where the mean is relative to the median, or the halfway point. Another way to think of it, if you're looking at the graph and trying to identify without knowing those numbers, is it's skewed towards the long tail. So look at where that long tail is, and that's the direction of the skew. If a graph is not skewed to the left, and we know it's skewed, then it must be skewed towards the right. So this histogram is skewed, and the right tail, the larger values, longer than the left tail. So we would say that this distribution is skewed to the right, or that it's skewed towards the larger values. And that's because the mean has been pulled to the left of the median. The median, or halfway point, is right on that boundary between 7 and 8. But the mean has been pulled to the right of that median because of all of these higher values way out at the edge of the graph. Okay, that's it for skew. Nice short video. If you have questions about what it means for a graph to be skewed, or how to use that vocabulary to describe a graph, shoot me an email, send me a text message, drop by office hours. Otherwise, I will see you in our last video for week 1.